guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new video. So it's the FA Cup final at Wembley on Saturday. It's the rematch from last year. It's the Manchester derby. It's Man United taking on Man City for a chance to lift the FA Cup trophy. Obviously, last year's final didn't quite go to plan. I mean, conceding after 20 seconds and going on to lose the game was very hard to take. But this time around, on Saturday, back at Wembley, it just has to be different. We have to get revenge and we have to win this game. There is so much on the line for United. On one hand, we can beat City at Wembley, which we couldn't do it last year. And to do it in the state we are, with how we're performing, how we performed this season, I mean, would be very impressive. That would be a giant thing to do in itself. So we can beat them. Secondly, we can lift a trophy. I don't think anybody would have expected to be lifting a trophy this season. So we've got a chance to do that. Which again, for the fans, do it for the fans. Go and believe you can do it. That's my advice to the players. But do it for us, more importantly. Go out there and put in a performance for us, who've supported you all season. Gone to every game, who have backed you. One of the worst seasons we've ever had. I've been angry. I've been pissed off this season. I've been frustrated watching this team. But go and end on a high on Saturday. Go and do the unthinkable, really, and beat this juggernaut. Go and do that so we can lift the FA Cup, which, again, I'm going as well, so it'd be even more special. My first time at Wembley, going to watch United, in a final against our rivals. I cannot wait, although I do much understand we are very much underdogs, and it's in City's hands to win the game, but I'm going there because I believe. And to be honest with you guys, everyone who's watching on the TV, watching in a pub with mates, gatherings, or even going to the stadium to watch it, we're doing it because we believe. A one-off game at Wembley, a one-off final, against your rivals, who knows what can happen. We could catch City on an off day. That's what we got to hope, really. But as I mentioned in my reaction to the Brighton game the other day, if we want to win this game, everyone is going to have to perform to 100%, to the best of their ability throughout the whole game. I firmly believe that. Otherwise, we won't win. So everyone has to be on it. No mistakes, focused, and just, confidence. Confidence that they can do it. And belief and pride, which they've not shown this season. Or in the league at least, and the Champions League. So we need to see something different that we haven't seen all season. And thirdly, we can book ourselves a place in the Europa League. Which again, going into next season, new regime, Sir Jim Ratcliffe in charge now. Hopefully after a big clear out in the summer, hopefully get some new faces in. Chuck some faces out, get rid of a deadwood, open heart surgery like Rangnick said. Hopefully we can start fresh with something to build on, have a platform to build on with the Europa League. Maybe that's the way we could get into the Champions League next season. So, there is actually so much to play for in this game. It's not just the FA Cup final. It's European place. It's beating City. It's doing it for the fans after a disastrous season. So, I'm really excited about it. I am nervous. First time at Wembley, as I mentioned, but it's going to be rocking. We're all going to turn up, thousands, supporting this team like we've done all season. But yeah, who knows what we're going to expect from this team. I mean, let's talk about the positives going into the game. The positives is that we're probably going to have our best team out possible, other than Luke Shaw, which again, we've only had out once this season. So to get everyone back for this game gives me a slight bit of confidence or belief. Varane's back. One last dance with Martinez in defence. Dalot, again, he's been really good this season. And Wan-Bissaka, who's not been as good. But again, it's arguably our best back line without Shaw. If we had Shaw for this game, I'd love it. But he's still injured and hasn't really made a recovery yet. So that's quite frustrating. And again, we could have done with him for this game. But to have that back for Varane and Martinez back, they're obviously not going to be 100% match fit, but I don't care at this point. One game, last game of the season, then you can go on holiday. And hopefully we can end it on a high. They can recover for next season. Obviously, it's Varane's last game as well, so it could be a really good way to send him out. Also, another positive is having Bruno Fernandes in the team, which again, of course, there was a bit of an injury scare a couple of weeks ago. I think it was to do with his wrist or his hand, but he's back now. And again, he's our best player in the team. He's a player which can have a massive impact on his day if he's on form. If he's on, and he's got to be on, as I've mentioned. And obviously, Rasmus in really good form going into the game. Again, a player which he's had a really good season, considering the circumstances, I think. And to have him firing in back-to-back games, confidence for the final. Again, he could be a massive player for the game on Saturday. Rashford as well. Apparently, he will be starting the game. He's been rested over the weeks. He's been put through a few minutes. And again, arguably, he shouldn't be starting. But again, a massive, massive game for Rashford. He's not in the England squad. It's a massive setback for him. Now, hopefully, it motivates him going forward. Maybe it helps him think, do you know what? I've been nowhere near good enough this season. Nowhere near good enough. And that's because of myself, and I need to kick on now. So hopefully, he's thinking like that going into this game. Because Rashford, in a game like this, in finals, he can turn up. He can be a massive player, and we're going to need him. We're going to need everybody on Saturday. Garnacho as well, a player who's been arguably our best attacker this season. Again, a big player for us. We have players in this team. People are forgetting. We have players who can, deal a massive hammer blow. We have players who can win games. We have leaders in this team in Fernandes, Martinez, and that's also why I'm so thankful Martinez and Varane are back for this game. Because they're leaders at the back. They celebrate every tackle. They make sure everyone's performing. They lead the line. And it's so key to have those type of players in a final. But we also have experience. Casemiro in the midfield. Having him back in there could be so important. He's not been his best this season. He's been nowhere near his best. But back in the centre mid position, back in a fully functional team, he can be a danger. He can make an impact. Mainu as well, a player who's going to be massive for us. He just oozes confidence in the midfield. Again, he's so bright going forward. He just loves the spotlight. And I'm so happy for him to be starting this game as well on Saturday. Or get the opportunity to start a game like this after what's been a really successful season. So, we have players in our team who can definitely perform on a day like this, but we just have to believe. But as I mentioned, my only advice to the players is forget about the season that's gone by. Forget about it. 8th doesn't matter. All the batterings to Palace from City, all the Champions League results, forget about that. Forget about that. Maybe start here. Pretend this is a fresh start and go into the game and perform. If City win, but I've realised and I've seen with my eyes that we performed, we've given 100% fair play. Because City, as I mentioned, they're the best team in the world. They have some of the best players in the world. And it's on them to win the game. But if we believe, we've got a chance. We have a chance. And that's all we can hope for, is a chance. Guys, I'm really excited for the game. Obviously going to watch it. But I will put my team on the screen around here, guys. Or around here. It should be somewhere around here now. As you can see, that's the best possible team we can field out at Wembley on Saturday. And it does give me a little bit of confidence. I've not really been able to see a team like that all season. We've seen it once or twice maybe, but nearly full strength as best as we can get it in a game like this. It does give me a little bit of confidence, guys. But my final thoughts going into the game. Bit of advice for the players. What I would say is don't be scared of City. As I've mentioned, very much underdogs. I'm not going there expecting to go and win the game. I'm going there because I believe we can do it. And that's what the players have to do. They have to focus on themselves. They have to believe in themselves and not fear what is the juggernaut of Man City. Take the game to him. Perform. Make sure your individual performance is as best as you can get it. And then we stand a chance. But they have to be on it for 90 minutes straight. Maybe 120. If we want anything, I firmly believe that if we're going to beat City, because that's how good they are. But yeah, my final score prediction, I'm going to say, I have to believe it's the final game of the season. It's a trophy on the line. Wembley, one-off game. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. That's what I love about these games. Form goes out the window, and you always give yourself that chance. But yeah, Manchester United 2, Manchester City 1. Do I firmly believe that? I don't, but I have to go in there believing, and that's my mind frame. When the day comes, I'm there at Wembley, I'm geared on, I'm thinking, you know what, we've got this, and we have to believe. We could get battered, we could, it's a possibility, but with that team out there, Varane, Martinez, Bruno, a firing Rasmus, hopefully a geared up Rashford, we definitely can have an impact. We have players which can definitely have a big say on what goes on Saturday. But yeah, I'm going to say 2-1 Manchester United. I'm going to say Rasmus to score both goals. They're going to score. It's inevitable. They always do. How often do we see Man City not score in a game? So that's the fear. Defensively, though, we're going to have to put in the best defensive performance we've seen all season. But we're also, as a team, as a collective, they're going to have to show us something different, which we've not seen all season. But make sure they play for the badge. Play for those fans supporting you, who've been there all season, who have held on until this day, which has been difficult, really difficult. As I mentioned, I've been angry this season. I've been frustrated, I've been pissed off, but this is the game that matters now. But yeah, please smash a like, guys. I will be at Wembley for the game, so I'm very excited about that. I don't know how much content I'll be doing, but I'll try and do as much as I can. But yeah, please smash a like. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new. And hopefully, guys, hopefully we can do it. Come on, you Reds!